The plant paradox diet helped Kelly shed nearly 40 pounds. But how and what is this diet all about? Let's find out. So what exactly is this plant paradox diet? Well, it's a diet that is based on the popular diet book called The Plant Paradox: The Hidden Dangers in Healthy Foods That Cause Disease and Weight Gain by Steven Gundry. It focuses on eliminating lectins, a type of protein found in certain foods. What are these foods? Well, I'll tell you in a bit, so keep watching. The author of the book, Dr Gundry, says that certain foods that are typically considered to be nutritious and health-enhancing are actually harmful.
What we found in published data that autoimmune disease is at its basic center leaky gut. And my personal feeling is that leaky gut in most people is caused by lectins.
Who is Dr Gundry? Well, I'll let him tell you himself.
And gave my thesis to my parents and went off to become a very famous heart surgeon and cardiologist.
But today he seems to be focusing on something different: nutrition.
Interesting.
So what are lectins that Dr Gundry is not a fan of? Lectins are a type of protein that are abundant in raw legumes and grains. Once ingested, they combine to other molecules, notably carbohydrate molecules. According to the plant paradox diet, the lectins then bind to cells, which is a major cause of illness. So which foods contain lectins? Well, lectin is found naturally in these foods: beans and legumes, including soy and peanuts; nightshade veggies, which include tomatoes, eggplant, potatoes and peppers; eggs and milk, because dairy cows and commercial chickens eat grains; and grains, especially quinoa and brown rice. Dr Gundry expressed his admiration for Kelly's results. He told Page 6, "My wife and I were actually driving in the south of France when we got the word that Kelly Clarkson had come out that the plant paradox had changed her life. And we were actually listening to She's on our playlist. We were listening to a Kelly Clarkson song," Gundry said. "I'm a big fan of hers. I like her music and I would love to work with her. In fact, I guess she's got a new TV show coming out and I'd love to be her doctor on her TV show." Who knew diet trends could lead to celebrity doctor auditions? It's clear that the diet has made quite an impact for Kelly. But is the plant paradox diet healthy for everyone? Well, not necessarily. While it worked wonders for Kelly, it might not be suitable for everyone. So should you stop eating lectins? Well, Gundry talks a big talk. There are no human studies linking the dietary lectins with a harmful immune response in healthy people. The only studies done on the topic showing negative effects have used test tubes of animal models. So while this demonstrates the effects of consuming lectins themselves, it doesn't show what happens when you eat lectin-containing foods. Let's use the example of antioxidants. Many studies have linked eating antioxidant-containing foods with a decreased risk of chronic diseases. But consuming antioxidants in high-dose supplement form has the opposite effect on the body. So should we avoid antioxidant-rich foods? Absolutely not. Should we avoid antioxidant supplements? Yes. Now let's dive into the pros and cons of the plant paradox diet. Let's start by looking at the pros. The diet encourages people to stop eating processed food and to start eating whole foods. When this happens, people often start to feel better and their overall health improves. The diet is rich in protein and healthy fats since it excludes most starchy foods. It may promote increased feeling of fullness. In turn, this may make it easier to stick to a calorie deficit. The diet also removes most processed foods and added sugars, which may naturally lower your calorie intake. Now let's have a look at the cons. The research behind the diet has not been replicated, as I mentioned before. The diet is very restrictive and may be difficult to follow long term. The diet cuts out foods that contain lectins like wheat, beans, potatoes, nuts, and dairy. However, different types of lectins can be found in a number of whole foods, including grains, fruits, and vegetables. Therefore, it may be difficult to get all the necessary nutrients from the diet. There may be some side effects like gastrointestinal issues such as vomiting, upset stomach, diarrhea, bloating, and gas. So how did Kelly lose weight on this plant paradox diet? Well, it's a diet that is rich in protein and healthy fats, since it excludes most starchy foods. This may promote increased feeling of fullness. In turn, this may make it easier to stick to a calorie deficit, which I mentioned earlier. The diet also removes most processed foods and added sugars, which may naturally lower your calorie intake as well. The recommendation of eating less butter and cream, which contain high amounts of saturated fat, and other processed grain and bean products, which may contain high amounts of sodium, would also help you lose weight. Added sugar, sodium, and saturated fats are all overconsumed in the American diet, according to USDA. So the weight loss may not be due to going lectin-free, but more to do with reducing the consumption of processed food.
I see.
Now let's find out what the cost is of following this diet. Well, it can vary on the individual's food choices and location. Here are some factors to consider. Firstly is the cost of the Plant Paradox book, which is the main resource for the diet. It can range from $7 to $29 depending on the format and retailer. The cost of the specialty ingredients such as lectin-free flours and alternative sweeteners may be more expensive than traditional ingredients as well. There's also a cost to consider with the organic produce, which is recommended on the diet. It may be more expensive than conventionally grown produce. And finally is the cost of supplements and products designed for the Plant Paradox lifestyle and lectin-free diets such as Total Restore and Lectin Shield. Poof, I mean $69 and $79 for a bottle? I don't know about you, but a diet selling products like these is a definite red flag for me.
I think that's a red flag.
And here he is promoting his other supplements.
All of my storable supplements like Vital Reds, like Primal Plants, like Power Blues, like my new orange drink, all have a full daily supply of all the B vitamins.
Overall, the cost of following the Plant Paradox diet can vary depending on the individual's food choices and location. But it's possible to follow the diet on a budget by focusing on whole foods and utilizing free resources where available. So should you follow the Plant Paradox diet? Overall, there's not enough evidence to back the idea of removing lectin from your diet entirely. Western diets are already typically low in lectins. Beans, which are high in lectins, can be good for health conditions like diabetes, heart disease, cancer, and weight management. Make sure to cook beans thoroughly, but you probably don't need to stop eating them. When it comes to whole grains, well, they are also good for your health. They have been shown to help chronic diseases and prevent early death from cardiovascular disease. The overwhelming consensus of nutrition studies find that a plant-based eating pattern, which includes some animal-sourced foods, is health enhancing. The dietary guidelines for Americans recommend 3 different eating patterns and all recommend eating a wide variety of plants. Also, population studies show people who follow plant-based diets, 5 or more servings per day of fruits and vegetables, plus 2 or 3 servings of whole grains, have better health. Also, another thing to note is that the citations used in the Plant Paradox book often reference very small animal studies, and these outcomes cannot be generalized to human populations. Another big red flag for me is that Gundry's recommendations include a very expensive supplement program, and the author conveniently sells these needed supplements, creating a financial conflict of interest. Buyer beware. As I always say, it is best to get your nutrients from foods rather than supplements. What is the bottom line? Well, the diet does not align with consensus science and omits many foods that are nutritious and well tolerated by the majority of people. Finally, the diet is complicated, and complicated eating regimes are not sustainable over time. Most people would probably abandon this eating plan after the first few weeks. The Plant Paradox diet played a significant role in Kelly Clarkson's weight loss journey. However, it's essential to remember that what works for one person may not work for another. Always seek expert advice before embarking on any new diet. If you found this information helpful, then hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already for more videos just like this. Remember, enjoy food and stay happy and healthy. Catch you on the next one.